trying to change everything.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying to. What are my proficiencies in? I have a 3 proficiency bonus. But I have proficiency in wisdom and what? Dexterity?
I'm not looking at your.
So acrobatics would be 5.
Okay, David, you don't need to change the numbers. Should do that automatically.
It's not. Well, I can't figure out where my proficiencies are on this D&D Beyond.
Can't figure where they are.
Does the little tiny green circle next to a thing indicate proficiency?
Yes.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
trained.
So, wisdom and intelligence are mine.
Yes.
Means acrobatics is +2, but here it says 5.
That's because you have Solomon's stuff.
I know them. So where on D&D Beyond can I
Find what?
find that stuff? Or how, like, am I supposed to change these numbers?
Change your ability scores first. I'm changing them for you.
I already did.
Right.
My strength
All
and
right,
charisma,
so
wisdom,
the issue
everything
is
right.
that if you're looking where I'm going, because you were a rogue, you had expertise in a few different. So I'm resetting those. Everything is now trained in acrobat. No, you're not trained in acrobat.
No.
Trained in animal handling, so up to 7.
6.
But yeah, you should be okay now.
I just had to. I also have stealth and survival.
Yes. So, if you have
And
a question, Whisper Rob will help you. Because we need to get this going. So I need to make a post on Facebook just to make sure you guys feel like sharing it. That's fine. Whatever. But we're trying to build show a little bit. Just
is there any way that I can figure out my stuff?
do what?
Like my weapons and armor and.
So your armor class is 17. It's already correct.
Yeah, I know, but like my weapons, like it says I'm wearing studded leather, but I'm not.
Don't
Don't
worry about those. Okay. So, have you rolled the d8s yet?
A backslash. You can type that with a backslash though, and it will just roll it if you don't know how to use the buttons. Backslash roll.
Remind me where the buttons are that I know.
Well, you can just type it backslash roll space 10d8.
Yes, but I know there's a button that I should be able to.
On the top left,
the dice-shaped button on the.
You can either type d8 10 times, or you can go down below and say.
Here we go. So D8 10 times.
Keep going. You got 8 more times to go. Hey, there you go. So you said take away the top, take away the bottom.
I can't see some of these. Dang it!
It doesn't matter. It's on the right side there on the screen. So right, isn't that what he said? Just take away the top, take away the bottom, which is take away a 1, take away a 7. It's not a bad set of rolls. I mean, you got 4 7s.
Okay, so drop the top. Drop the 1, so get rid of the first 2.
So -8. Which is
42 minus
30.
No, because you still
4?
are only doing 5 dice. So you do 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 4 plus 4. Okay?
Whoa.
So you got 29, right? And then add... Turn up level 1. So it's 21 plus 4. 21 plus 4 plus 9. So that's gonna be 34.
30. That's what I said.
Right? Now we add your Constitution modifier for 4. Add 4 more. You have 38 hit points.
Constitution modifier is only 1.
Yeah. You add 4 to 34, so you have 38 hit points.
5. Whoa. Oh, because you add your Constitution modifier. Okay. So that's an additional 5. No, that would go up to 39.
No, you're 38, because you only have a +1, and I already factored in your level 1. So it's 38.
Okay. Ugh.
Okay. All right, sorry about that, guys.
Anyone watching?
Probably not yet. I'm talking to you as a player. Yes. Yeah. Anyways. So, who wants to do the brief recap for David?
I can do the brief recap.
All right, Garrett, please do us a brief.
Okay. You guys will have to help me because sometimes we haven't played for about a month. Okay, so what happened was we had just finished fighting the Zealots for the demons. I don't know, the cats, Rakshas.
Rakshasa, pretty close.
Yeah, those guys. So we defeated them, and then this is going to be kind of like a compilation of the two different situations. So then we returned back to the bar, keep, whatever. Coquette seemed kind of annoyed with everybody. Really demanding and upset. Don't know what happened to him. But we all kind of went through our own little personal moments of dread and despair. So because of that, we got our hit points got decreased by 3. Dread, I think that's what it was.
I believe so, yes.
And then what happened is we kind of broke up into 2 different parties. Baldy, he went off to some type of temple, and basically, from what I wasn't there, so I can't really speak, but from what I heard was that he went through some kind of cleansing ritual where he saw his past and basically relived it. What I remember. Got chained up to a wall. And then
in a room without a locked room, no exit out.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. And then me and Garth, so Corfair got a letter from Zilzippa to go chase down his cousin and basically scare him. Zilman was his cousin's name. So me and Garth went on and chased him. ran into some people from, oh, hold on, it was the Red Ripper Thieves Guild. So they were paid to basically kill Garth, or basically scare him out of the city. I don't remember one, but we beat him, and then we threatened to shave threatened to shave a dwarf's beard as he talked, and that's where we learned about the Red Rippers Guild as well as the Aurum Concord. Anyways, so I'm assuming those will play some parts of the story later on, but he found his cousin, had to chase him. Garth cast a sleeping spell and caused chaos in the middle of a street. So anyways, we chased him down, found out that it was the wrong cousin. Correct cousin was Zillaman, not Zillamin. Really annoying. It was really annoying. I was really excited to finally capture him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm the wrong cousin. There's too many of us. Stupid cousins." So that's kind of where we ended up, and then apparently we decided to stay in the city for 4 months, and I guess we're gonna kind of did, or the DM
Okay.
is gonna kind of.
Apparently, Google Chrome is not compatible with the video and voice. Sorry about that. So very, very good summary there.
Way better than mine.
Yeah.
I've been re-looking at what we've done because I was writing those little things of what, like if something happened, what.
Yeah. So the way that things are gonna work to start today, and this will probably be a shorter session, is that we are going to basically talk about what you guys have been doing for the past 4 months and how it ended up. So yeah, for some reason Roll20's video is not going to work today, and I'm not going to take the time to fix it. So
You aren't streaming then?
it is what it is. We are streaming. We're just not going to
Oh,
have
okay.
cameras.
Oh, okay.
Titled The David Show.
So everyone can appreciate Rob's really ugly photo, my weird one, and David's adorable little Christmas photo.
Like 2 years ago.
No, this picture says, I'm 15 and my mom did my hair this morning.
No, that was
I'm
from last
actually
year.
20?
That was last year.
Yeah, that was last year. I was 20. Thank you.
No, that's not what
Thank
the
you.
picture says.
I mean, technically it was 2 Christmases ago, but a little more than a year ago. Anyways, who would like to start with their downtime bolts? Anyone want to go first? You want to go first, Garrett?
No, I want the monk to go first.
Oh boy.
Well, mine's I'm gonna have to type mine out. I don't think I'm gonna be able to like.
Well, Rob, we're gonna have you roll a few things. So let's have you roll a d20 and add your dexterity, and that's gonna be how well your fighting training went while at the monastery place. It wasn't a monastery, but the Pilgrim's Overlook, which is basically a sanctuary for Kalishtar.
So why would he be there?
Why would he be at the... Alright, good question, Michael. Although Trehan Lee is not a Kalishtar, he is a follower of the Path of Light. And so pilgrims of the Path of Light come to visit the ascetic Havakad, who is a well-known and revered and beloved Kalashtar mystic who is very insightful, and many believe that he is one with the dream. And so Tran Li, who has been seeking his enlightenment his whole life, had given up on himself due to some dark mistakes that he believes he has made in the past. So he went to meet Avocad, and it was part of the summary that Garrett missed out was that Tran Li actually ran into Torquilon, reborn. Well, not reborn, but remanifest. So the old man didn't know where he was. He didn't remember exactly who Tran Li was, but he looked exactly the same. And him and Tran Li were led instinctually to Pilgrim's Outlook, and Havakad greeted him. And so Tran Li has been trying to master his mind as well as his body, and trying to gain a sense of balance for himself among the light, because the light shines on both the wicked and the righteous. It shines on both good and evil. And Tran Li is only beginning to realize that even though he has, in his own mind, done some evil things in the past, and he isn't quite sure whether or not it's real at this point, he knows that the light continues to shine on him, and he can become enlightened regardless of the past mistakes. And so, with your training, Tran Li, you haven't quite mastered a new technique that Torquilon has been teaching you, but you are beginning to learn how to manifest your ki at range, and so eventually you will learn how to punch and hit foes much further than your reach could allow, channeling your ki into basically supersonic little ki blasts. So far you're doing well, and you've been able to manifest it to some degree, but it exhausts you quite much. And so as you continue to train, you will develop this technique of the God Fist. So David, roll a d20 for me, and roll it with a +4, because we're rolling for Solomon and we got rid of his stats. He didn't add 4, but that's okay. So that's 17. So Solomon has been very busy, and he's been out trying to recruit the most seedy but not worthless pirates. And so far, he's done a pretty good job. So David, roll 4d6, and that is how many pirates Solomon has recruited so. That's a decent crew. One of the pirates he's recruited so far, though, was Rishu the Red, who may or may not be his first mate yet. We haven't decided. However, he requested that Rishu accompany these ragtag adventurers because they need someone with his expertise. I don't know why you're rolling that again.
Just trying out stuff.
Okay. Who wants to go next? All right, Corford.
Yeah.
You wanted to do some work at the Wargrave University, working with researchers on the manifest zones in hopes of talking more with the half-elf and getting to know the animals that they worked with. So I'm gonna need you to roll d20 and let's add your wisdom to it. So do a wisdom roll for me. Yes.
Really?
You're intelligent. Yeah. And unless you want to do intelligence or charisma, but I was thinking your wisdom was probably better.
Nope, my wisdom is the exact same as my charisma. Just
But
1 point
better than your
my
intelligence. So yeah, let's roll with your wisdom. All right. So, you missed out. You tried really hard to get to know Chandelar better, which is the half elf.
Oh, that's her name?
Yes. And
There's the problem.
I didn't know her name the entire time. I was like, I don't know her name.
that's all right. I made up her name like yesterday or today. She didn't have a name before.
Chandelar.
Yeah. Anyways, you're just not reformed enough to impress her quite yet. I mean, you didn't kill the frogs and the toads when Solomon did. And so she wasn't openly hostile to you helping out because you were trying to help out and not just kill their experiments. However, you have been working along with Chester Rastigar and with Chandelar, and you've been doing some research on the manifest zones. And interestingly enough, while you were working with Iria, oh, not Iria, dang it,
Talendar?
no, when you were working with the plane of ice, as you were working with planes, you discovered a strange bump somewhere on your body. Let's have you roll a d6. 1 is your left arm, a 2 is your right arm, a 3 is your chest, 4 is your right leg, or 4 is your back, 5 is your head, and 6 is your neck. Or 6 is your head, 5 is your neck. So roll a d6 for me. Alright, so you discovered a strange marking on your neck. And upon closer inspection, it is discovered that you bear the Mark of Storms, which is of House Lyrindar. And so, you discover that you begin manifesting powers over the weather to some degree, and storms. And you haven't quite been able to practice it yet, but you have learned that you can channel the electricity, not only while you're raging, but you have learned the cantrip Shocking Grasp. So, you should be able to add it to your character sheet, and you won't be able to cast it while you're raging, but it is a melee spell. So, Garticon.
Yebo.
Let's have you roll on cryptograph of communication. Your cryptic message that you send to the Kekvolar.
All right, so is that just history?
So you can use your intelligence, and if you have proficiency in deception, you can add the proficiency to that too.
If it makes sense, I think that history applies to this more than deception does.
Well, you're trying to get the message across without people reading it. So how are you?
Well, maybe it's more that I'm like trying to write it in an old language that hopefully people don't understand, except the people I'm sending it to.
So the reason why I'm asking for deception is that you also worry that the blade bearers would gain access to this, and so just by writing an old goblin would not hide the message from the blade bearers, which is why I was asking for. Is that okay? All right, you got a crit on it. So, I guess you failed. It's so
What?
well. Just kidding. It's so well hidden in the message that even people looking for it don't know what to look. So this is what it ends up being, Michael. So your message is so well coded that it is secure to reach your people. So Kura will receive the message easily, and she'll understand exactly what you're saying. But it's also misleading to those that are not intended to receive. And so, if it does end up being overseen, or like if anyone does manage to get the letter, they won't be able to understand what you're saying, and in fact, you can deceive them a little bit by giving false information.
Sweet. So, do I know about how long it would take to reach my Kekvolar?
So it should take a few months, regardless of the modern inventions such as the airship and the lightning rail. Still have to go by horseback, sending a goblin out that would know the way to the Kekvolar. And so, assuming you sent this out early on in your downtime, it would only just bring them.
Okie doke.
All right, Rob, what is another thing that we're rolling?
Well, we already rolled for advancement. I guess we do have another roll to make, but nobody's gonna know what it's for. We do have
Okay,
one more roll to make.
you can do a GM roll. That's
There it goes. Typed it in so fast I thought I broke it.
whisper to me which one you're talking about again, 'cause we'll add on the correct ability.
Oh my god, that's even worse. I want to get a more exciting number, but or perception of time spent in isolation.
Okay, so yeah, we'll give you more of a success on that one because you do have your observant feat, which makes you passively more aware of things.
That's logical.
So you are now
And-
aware of what you have been seeing, especially while you were alone in that chamber. And so you begin wondering what was actually real from your memories. All right. David, we're gonna have Rishu roll for blundering. So you can use intimidation if you are trained in it, and we'll see how well you made for yourself.
Oh my god, it's a countdown.
So when you're ready, David, just click on intimidation. All right.
He scares me.
So we're not giving you 2 rolls. I understand what happened. It was lagging, and you pushed
There we
it.
go.
You pushed it a whole bunch, or did you just keep pushing?
No.
it?
Only
he's-
that last one
Better
happened.
roll.
All right. So
Only the last one happened.
The first 4 rolls were just practice.
so you earned from your piracy roughly 1 silver piece per day for a work week, so 5 days in a week. That's 20 silver per month. So that's 80 silver total plus 4d10 gold pieces. So I need you to roll 4d10 and add them together.
How much?
4d10.
How much?
Okay, so you made 45 gold pieces over 4 months. Corfair, do you want to see how well your merchant work went with Zilzippa?
Got slapped because he didn't earn enough money.
Garrett, you there?
Yeah, sorry. So would I roll it with like?
So you can
persuasion?
roll intimidation. Since you were also kind of scaring people to help with the work. Unless you think a different ability score would apply more for your merchant work. I mean, if you want to do more charisma, like persuasion, that works
Well, so
too.
the question is like, what is he having me do? Is he having me be like his like bouncer enforcer, or am I like actually working?
Well, how do you see it? How would you like to have worked for him? Because he would have probably asked you to do some more intimidation work, but he maybe had you tend the shop, he maybe had you work with specific customers, so whatever you think you would have done over the 4 months.
Well, so because my end goal, right, is to learn more about that, learn about the Thieves Guild.
Yeah, we'll
as
roll for
well
that
as-
separately.
Well, I know, but like part of like the goal is to get to know about the Thieves Guild, but also learn about the Merchant Guild too. So that's what I'm trying to decide, because I kind of have this dual focus that I'm trying to work towards.
Okay, but for now we're rolling for how much money you earned working with Zilzippa.
Okay, let's go with persuasion, because it's
Okay. All right, Corfair, you made vastly more money than. So you rolled a 19, which means that you made 80 gold pieces. a day, or not a day, 80 gold pieces total in the 4 months, and you may roll 4d10 and add those on top. Alright, so you made 102 gold pieces over 4 months. It was very lucrative work, and Zilzeppa is very happy that you are working for him. So together, you both have been making quite a bit of money. Alright, Gartukan. Let's roll for your goblin philanthropy and see how well you affected the goblin populace.
All right. You looking for persuasion?
If that's what you want to use. I mean, you could use history if knowledge of jobs, you know, whatever you think would justify it the best. I figured your intelligence modifier would be better, but you are a paladin too, I guess persuasion would be good. Alright, so 13 is not bad. So, so far, I need you to roll 2d8. Also a 13. Alright. That is the number of families. That's the number of families of goblins that you have helped find real careers and getting them into the workforce. So you have already made quite an impact in the communities. I'm going to need you to roll a d6 though. Oh. Alright, so it's too bad you didn't roll 6. So while you've been doing other things though, Pugnug has actually started his own gang within the goblin community, and some of those goblins are now part of Pugnug's gang. So I guess secretly you're a crime boss now?
Yeah. Charmed over to my side.
Yeah, Pugnug wasn't reformed at all. So it was only a matter of time. But guess what? Now you're a crime boss. Okay. So let's have Rob do one more.
One more what?
So Treon Lee, you do some meditation on the Dragon Mark prophecy that you saw on the island in your time at the Pilgrim's Overlook, because it's been weighing on your mind. So roll for me with your wisdom, and if you're trained in history, or you could even add insight if you like instead, because you're meditating on the prophecy itself. Alright, good roll. So, let's see. So you remember being taught a little bit about draconic prophecy from your master. And he mentioned that he mentioned prophecy while he was visiting Corvair. And it is strikingly similar to the prophecy that you saw Um, although slightly different, there is a lot in common. And he told you about some of the researchers that came to study the prophecy when he was there. The ones that were close to it actually began to wither and die soon after seeing the prophecy. So there you go. Soon after seeing the prophecy, they were found having also being mutilated in some way or another, whether it was having their eyes gouged out or their tongues forked or other parts of their body cloven in twain. So all right. So Corfair, you also wanted to do some research. So you wanted to track down the Thieves Guild, right?
Yeah.
So you can either use investigation or you can use your charisma for like street smarts kind of thing.
Sorry, you said charisma or what?
Or investigation. So, I mean, if you have proficiency in persuasion or intimidation, you can use those.
Ha!
All right, so Corfair, while asking around, looking for the Red Ripper Thieves Guild, you actually
Epic fail.
walked into
Epic
a
fail.
bad alleyway and were roughed up and robbed. And so I'm going to need you to.
How did they rough up a barbarian?
There were a lot of them.
Kill them all.
So
That time.
I need you to
Dang it.
roll a D100 for me.
You gotta be kidding me. I hate you.
Unfortunately, that is how much gold that you lost.
Lost?
Slit their throats.
Wow.
Easy come, easy go.
Yeah. Well, you're still positive when it comes to gold earnings. So
Why did he have all that gold on him at the time?
you know that Corfair enjoys having the money jingle in his pocket. He doesn't know anything
I
about
thought he
savings.
had a loincloth. I didn't think he had
Have very
pockets.
big pockets.
He still got a belt pouch. All right, Garticon, you wanted to do research on Joshrat. So let us use history this time and see what you found while studying. Very nice. All right, so known for the forges below the city of the towers, Sharn contains some of the hottest forges capable of melting down adamantine. Catacombs and hidden chambers are often uncovered, containing stockpiles of quality goblin weapons, often even containing adamantine weapons. The large door that you guys researched earlier, known as Melian's Folly, Many researchers believe that the door itself to be made of adamantine. All right.
The door was made of adamantium. That's what we learned.
It's quite possible that it's made out of adamantine. But you do know that there are known caches of adamantine underneath the sea. And goblin weapons grade, not just adamantine.
Okay.
I
thought that was something I knew already, but
Well, you didn't know about the caches of adamantine. Or of actual weapons. So let's also have Garticon roll for research on the Dragon Zones. Alright. So, possession of the stones has changed many times over history. Originally, the Dragonstone was a prized jewel of the Empire of the Dakani, known as the Eye of Dakani. It was a gift from a great dragon, but it was stolen by Melian the Reaver when he raided Josharat, and it was shattered into various pieces and divided among his generals. Lost to legend, the most notable of the pieces was the Firestone, which historians believed was attached to King Galafar's blade, known as Charspark. Now, the scholars of the Draconic Prophecy argue whether or not the coming and going of the Dragonstones herald a time of salvation or a time of destruction.
So is that the one that we found?
You found the Firestone, yes.
The one that supposedly was on King Galafar's blade?
Yes. Let's see. I think we got all of them. Corfair, I do need you to roll one last time. Using, your wisdom. You can do animal handling if you have it. And this is, for your work with the Druids.
I got nothing there, but I'll do.
You can just do your, I guess, nature check or survival. Survival's probably better, even though you're not really surviving, but... Oh, well, 10's just good enough. So, while tending to the plants and other things, you learn of more of the ways of the old faith, and you learn that originally there was a group of druids known as the Gatekeepers, and they protected the world from an extraplanar threat, and that your teacher herself was taught by a gatekeeper. So she knows the last location that she saw her teacher, up in the Shadow Marches, but that's all you are able to get out of that. So, Michael, we'll do your scroll things separately another time because I did not have the time to thumb it all out yet. So we'll just do that separately, if that's okay.
Sure.
All right, so the big news that everyone's talking about. There has been a discovery, and is one of the largest archaeological finds in Sharn since they discovered the cogs, the forges in the cogs. They have found what they believe to be Malion the Reaver's tomb, his final resting place, and place where a good portion of his piratey plunder was stored. And so everybody in the archaeological community has been vying for position to head out into the cogs and to make the next big find within this tomb. And Morgrave University has offered to assist you in this endeavor, since they often hire adventurers to go do their field work for them. So, this is a time of planning and preparation, because once you guys end up down there, you may be there for quite a while, because it's fairly deep underground and you can never be too careful. So, this is a time for your planning now, so I will let you guys talk amongst yourselves, and you need to figure out what you want to bring with you, if there's any people you want to hire out, or friends that you want to bring along. And we will figure out how we're going to explore the tomb.
So, Gardacon, in your time, you did find a way to get through the tomb.
What was that?
In your time away in your research, you did find a way to get through the tomb, did you?
Did I?
No, you tell me.
I'm asking Mark, because
Well, there are many tunnels, many passageways in this tomb, so nobody has knowledge on exactly where to go in the tomb, but they do believe that Malion's body should be located nearby the door that he died touching.
So what do we do from here? What are we gonna do?
Person?
Person? No idea what we're gonna do?
Do we know how low this part of the Underdark?
It's not quite the Underdark yet. Okay, we lost Rob and we lost Michael. Weird. We lost Michael too. That was super sketch.
He just gave up.
So wait a second. So like, how far? Like, how deep is this tomb considered? Like, from where like we've been in the, because we went to the underbelly once. How much deeper is? It's always dangerous when the GM typing.
I mean, you guys should just keep talking. That way I don't interrupt you. I will just type out the valid information as you are talking.
Okay. Um, have we the Cogs Brothers series? We haven't heard anything about those zealots in the well, if we're gonna go down, if we're gonna be down there for a long time, we'll need potions.
Potions.
Yeah, like killing potions, greater restoration potions.
Okay, so we're gonna go prep first then.
Well,
I guess we'll have to travel into town into the shops, try to collect items to prepare for the unknown. How much gold do I have?
I had a lot more gold than what I have now.
Oh, I'm rich. I've got 9 diamonds. What am I worried about?
Oh, by the way, did I notice anything about those thieves? Can I like recognize them, like if I see them again?
If you
Okay,
see them again, yes, you would recognize them. They didn't beat you
And will
so
you-
bloody that you passed out.
And will you let me know if I'm walking about town if I see them?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be a little bit actively looking.
It is also the largest city in all of Eberron, so just spotting them in the marketplace might be very slim to happen. Just full disclosure.
No, that's
But
totally
if you
fine.
see them, you will see them.
Yes.
And I'm going to rip their head off their throat.
If
You're
you
gonna rip
could,
their head off their throat.
if you could go through photos and take a few of your mom while you're doing this, do you think that's something you could do?
Maybe if I can figure out.
How about I'm gonna tear his tongue through his throat and make it
Hello.
a necktie?
Or I might take their head and shove it up their butt. Boy Hancock.
You guys are really bad at this.
Okay, but no, if we're going to go like down in the deep, we're not gonna be able to like return back.
Well, let's.
So probably want some potions.
I'm gonna.
Probably want.
I only have 10 torches.
Oh, that's a good idea. Well, I can see. Well, you need light.
Gonna need rations.
It would be nice to make sure that we have like armor or thing that we need.
Okay, so we're gonna have to go travel. Or we're gonna go travel and find some merchants. Grab some stuff.
It would be good probably to make a list before you just make a trip.
What?
Yes.
We don't do that.
So that you
Buy 'em
guys
at
know what
Silver
you're doing.
Pants. That's no fun. So how many of us are low light? Or no light?
Oh, we don't know about don't know about the.
Oh, you're low light, aren't you?
I can see in the dark.
Garticon is low light.
What about the first mate?
I believe he also has dark vision.
Okay, so I'm the only blind one. Check.
So torches.
Got
Yeah, or some glowing stone. Rope.
rope.
Say grope.
Okay, so I've got rations, torches. You really want a rope? Rope's not a bad idea.
Well, think about when we were in the island. I didn't have with the rope, we wouldn't have been able to really.
I've got 50 feet of hemp rope.
Oh, so you used to have the rope from the island then?
50 feet isn't a lot when you're talking about spelunking, though. You might have to drop down a couple hundred.
I'll
Okay.
carry 100 feet. So
300 feet. Can you imagine dragging 300 feet of rope?
We should also see if there's any people that know about if specific creatures that might be underneath.
like maybe like
Because
a travel.
Hey, there's always that possibility we could try to find a. I mean, has anyone ever made it through? Is anyone familiar with it that we might be able to find that could go down with us, perhaps?
Go to a travel agency and hire a guide.
If only we're that easy. So we also need water storage of some kind.
just water bags. Maybe we should see what the school knows about the Undercity. If they have any recommendations. It'd be worth going there and talking to them.
The only thing I think we're gonna run into is we're gonna hit. I think we're gonna hit a wall pretty soon on income. So maybe.
So I had some supplies, ideally for this very occasion, right, Mark? Or I mean,
Buy them in advance.
this is sort of what my group was sent here to do. Do I have some funds for this?
I thought we rolled for your funds, but yeah, you do have a decent share.
I'll have to look and see how much it was that I have.
It wouldn't be such a bad idea to maybe hire a thief
A thief.
or like somebody along that line. They would be able to check for traps. Unless somebody's really good at checking for traps.
Well,
Gartakon's okay at finding traps, but not so good at disarming them.
since thievery isn't a thing anymore. It have to be perception or investigation. Survival or stealth. So, okay. I wonder if we should find some odd jobs. I mean, depending on the income, depending on the money we have currently, maybe we should find odd jobs to get more money.
Ishu could piracy with our
Pirates.
do some piracy with my small crew.
It's not your crew.
No, the well.
It looks like I've got 240 gold. That's easily enough for, lots of rope and probably a mule to help carry it or something.
My concern is running into like aberrations or demons.
Why?
I'll eat them.
Just because we've ran into those things.
So I'm gonna post a picture of the dragon marked houses, so that you guys can kind of get an idea of who you could purchase. Like what kind of services you could purchase.
Okay.
Because you know, some of the houses you could just hire someone to heal you, or someone to, you know, assist you in certain ways. So
We could also go to the university. I worked with them for a little bit. I don't know how kindly they feel towards me after helping them.
they didn't have ill will against you.
I know, that's what I was saying. Like, I don't know how much favor I drew with them, but
Well, you didn't draw disfavor is the main point.
Yeah.
So, I guess first things first would be to explore the possibility of having a guide. Thus, but we'll have to see what kind of deal they want to make. So I guess we'll have to head to the university then.
hey, Mark, question for you.
Yeah.
How would the other dragon mark houses?
You cut out there. How would the other dragon mark houses?
Feel about me?
Well, House Lyrindar would most likely welcome you into their fold. You might even be able to start using House Lyrindar in your name. So you could start using your last name as Delirindar now. Once you are officially part of the house, having a noble name.
Do they even have a presence here in this town? Because like the two names that you mentioned was the Thurshk and
Well, I was mentioning Thrash and Orion because that is the mark of passage and the mark of finding, which would both have guides for explorers, because the mark of passage helps in navigating places, and the mark of finding is useful for finding things. All 12 of the dragon marked houses can be found in Sharn. It is the largest city in the whole of Eberron. And House Lyrindar is especially represented because they often do expeditions down to the south, close to where you guys were actually shipwrecked. And they are the ones that run the ships.
Okay, so I guess we're headed to the university then.
All right, to the university.
To
Maybe Shalandalar will be there.
Chandelar.
Chandelier,
Shanda.
Chandala.
No Shanda.
Dingus.
Chandala.
Blah.
Okay. So have we arrived at the university yet?
Well, you were making good headway.
Wonderful.
Remember last time we went to the university, it took like the entire day to get there?
You can take it the rest of the session just to walk there. It's gonna be terrible.
So, unfortunately, you recognize a couple of fellows.
Oh god, it's the janitors club.
And you recognize them as the bandits of the Red Ripper gang.
They're the ones that robbed me?
Yep.
Oh, they're so dead. Wait a second, the barbarian's back. The what's his name?
Who?
What's his name?
No.
What's his name?
Pickles.
Clanker? Is Clanker there?
No, not the dwarf.
Oh.
Oh my god, there's so many of them. The heck's going on?
Did they notice me?
Oh yeah, I mean, you guys notice each other.
Oh. Ah. Ah. And there's people around us, or are we like isolated?
So you're walking down an alley, and you spot one of them. It's actually a goblin with all but 2 teeth missing, but he still grins at you nonetheless. And as you turn around, you see that half of them are behind you now, and the other half start coming in out of doors nearby until you are surrounded.
Well, they picked the wrong guys.
Are they like waiting to see what happens? Are we waiting to see what happens?
I don't know. What do you guys do?
I'm raging. I'm gonna rip off one of their heads. Who's the nearest one next to me?
Well, the nearest one is that goblin, but he's still a ways away.
How far away is he?
He is 35 feet away.
He's the nearest one?
Yep. It's a very tight alleyway, but it's long. They intentionally picked a place where it would be difficult for you to get away.
Difficult for them to dodge. You know when it's my turn.
They have crossbows, so...
We have a Corfair.
I have fire.
Oh,
So what do you
lizard
guys
guy!
do? What do you guys do?
I cast produce flame and throw it down the alleyway.
So you're gonna go hostile, huh?
All the little children die that are running by.
Wait a second. I'm gonna as I see him like getting ready to cast the fireball, just because I'm used to pretty boy, yeah, because I've seen like pretty boy's magic. So I see him casting fire, so I'm gonna rage, and I am going to, like, as soon as he throws it. Wait a second, who's he throwing it? Who are you throwing the ball at?
I'm throwing
Does
it
hit
down the
multiple
aisle.
people?
Wait, are we?
It's
is
gonna
this-
hit somebody. I'm throwing it down the aisle.
Is this a surprise attack that we're making on them?
No, this is just out of combat, but we will roll combat in a sec.
Can't. Dang it! I'm out of range. I can't touch him. I can't use my spell. Bum. Too far. I don't. I know. I don't. Screw it. I'm gonna rage. I'm gonna do a dash and as like one action, and I'm gonna attack with my spear.
All right, roll initiative.
Click on your person. Click on initiative.
Wrong one.
There's so many rolls. If I had more time, I would have done all this beforehand. I'm actually really liking how I do initiative for my Saturday group. David, how fast did the initiative rolls seem to go?
We all just rolled.
Yeah, it went pretty fast for combat, right?
We all just rolled. What else do you think we're doing?
There's so many.
Yeah,
of
but
them.
like you never had to roll or you never had to wait for me to roll.
Oh, the monsters?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
What is the red number and the blue number? Why do I have numbers in there?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like above your character, there's a red.
Yeah.
Change your life points. I know that.
Oh, your blue should be your armor class. Your red,
Okay.
or no, sorry, yeah.
And then red's gonna be our temp.
It's going to, no. I think red was your passive perception.
Okay, well that would make sense actually, except for now my passive perception says 0. Now it says 17.
All right. So, there we go. So, who is first, and what are you going?
Huh.
All right.
All have advantage.
So, the first bandit, he's going to aim down the sight, and he sees a crazy Corvair running towards him. So he lowers his crossbow and shoots at Corvair. So you take 9 damage, but it's half because you're raging. And the next one decides to help the bandit next to him, so he's not going to do anything. Corvair, it's your turn.
Okay, so have I closed the
Yeah,
distance?
you're within reaching the guy and attacking him.
Am I gonna be able to do double attack?
You have level 5, so yeah, you can attack him twice.
Yes, I'm gonna attack him twice.
And as a bonus action, you can activate your aura.
So that was the question I had about. So I did have a question about the aura. Is it just if they're within that range, they get hit, or do I actually have to focus it on something?
So you have to use a bonus action to use it, right? So if you had multiple bonus actions, you have to choose when to use the aura. But yeah, if they're within the range, I mean, if you can hit someone with an attack, then you can hit them with the lightning too.
So so I raged before we went initiative, since that's a bonus action. So could I use my aura as a bonus action?
So no one was in range when you went into your rage, but you can do it now.
Yes, that's what I was asking. So I can use my aura plus my 2 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right, we're gonna use that storm aura right off the bat. So they have to get a dexterity save. 6.
All right, so you're going for the one goblin with the lack of teeth, right?
Yes.
With the lack of teeth.
Okay, he takes 6 damage.
Well, I have to roll a d6.
Oh, you
D6.
didn't.
I took care of it. No, it's good. It did it. What it was supposed to do. I think I set it up that way. Yeah, he takes 6 damage.
All right, you can see that that has done quite a bit of damage to him.
All right, and then I'm going to attack him with my.
All right, 25 hits. And you're doing this two-handed or one-handed?
Whichever one gives me the most damage.
No, that's not allowed. You're wielding your shield still, aren't you?
I don't have a shield.
No, you don't, because your C is 12. Okay, yeah, so you're two-handed, so is the 5 damage plus your strength. I don't know why it's not adding your strength on there. I think you screwed up your roll. Or
I
your.
don't know.
Anyways.
For me, so I'd have to. And then don't I also get something from raging?
So we're just gonna get rid of the second one and just do 1d.
Yeah, while you're raging, you get +2 to damage. So you should end up with +5 to your damage rolls.
Yep. So you're using the zinc coated spear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll roll better. Okay. So you do 10 damage, so how do you kill him?
Oh, I killed him right off the back. Oh, I recognize him as the one of the guys that attacked me. So after I lightning him, I aim forward and just decapitate him.
I mean, you don't have to kill him. Just saying.
Oh, there's other people there.
All right.
I got few people that I want to kill.
Are you saying that to your party members?
What?
Are you saying that in general, or are you like pointing at your teammates?
No,
you just said I got you people I want to kill.
No, I'm just angry at these guys. They jumped me. They took off my gold. I'm upset. I'm gonna rip their heads off and plot them.
So you can make a second attack. However, no one is nearby, so you'll have to move or throw a spear.
How much movement do I still have left?
You have 25 feet of it.
So I can move and still make my second.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's the next person that's near?
There is, this guy is nearest you.
You're gonna go for him.
Alright. You can tell that he looks a lot more bulky than the one guy you just killed. He's got most of his teeth and he's got a nasty-looking scimitar. All right, make your attack. All right, he slaps it away and chuckles and says, "Just like before, you want a taste for the dirt, don't ya?"
Here's the thing I don't get. All right, I rolled great this first time, got a crappy attack. This time I roll a crappy attack, but I get great damage. This
If
thing
you
is
attack
real.
recklessly, you have advantage, and
Yeah,
that's
you
a
could
reroll.
do it recklessly.
Nope.
Especially while you're raging, you should probably attack recklessly like every time.
I don't know
No,
too
but
many
here's the
barbarians that don't just always recklessly attack.
Well, here's the
Sometimes it
thing.
doesn't pay off, but most of the time it does.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 of them. I just killed 1, and then there's 2 additional guys. Right? There's 11 guys versus the 4. I'm not ready to.
Hey,
just
did I
go
hit
all
anyone? Did I hit
reckless.
anyone with my produce flame?
We'll use that roll, but we'll use it for your
I
turn.
think-
Yeah, you killed
Because
those kids. Bro.
it would have hit someone, David. So, how much damage did Ted damage? Yeah, I'll mark that you did some damage to one of them. Alright, so, it is a safe bet. You have a lot of attacks coming at you, so... What is... He's not dead. Would you please stop drawing on there, Rob?
Oh, that's not me.
That was me. I thought I killed him.
That's
No,
that mother
I
jerk off.
already removed the one that you killed.
Who did I thought I killed one of those guys.
No, you killed one of the little guys. You killed this one. So, I would ask that you save the marking for me. I will keep track of the dead ones. Anyways, it is now one of the bandits' turn. He's wearing a red cap and a blue scarf, and he points at Garticon and says, "That's the one. I heard he started a gang to rival us." And he makes an attack. And he shoots his crossbow. And he was assisted by his friend, so he has advantage. It did not roll twice for some reason. Alright. 15
Deflected.
misses. So it is now the next bandit's turn, and he also recognizes Garticon and says, "Oh, that filthy backstabbing pugnug started his own gang. We gotta put an end to this." And he fires at Garticon. Does that hit?
It would, except that I cast shield, so my AC is currently 24.
Good
Dang.
move.
Like, nah.
Yeah.
Alright, the next one, seeing that Corfair is uncomfortably close to his boss, he fires at Corfair. And a 12 should hit since your AC is so low. I'm still having a hard time believing it's 12, but I guess... Yeah, it shouldn't be 12, it should be 14.
Yeah, it should be his dex plus his con, right? So
I was just looking at what it said on the on his character. So that misses. Treon Lee, what do you do?
going to do. What's the gap between us and them?
So, Corford is on the far side of the alleyway, and it's about 60 feet that way, roughly, where a lot of them are. But behind you is 5 of them. It is these 5.
You could just drop a new map. You could just drop a new map.
That's okay.
Because it's hard to tell.
I'm saying these 5 on the far right are close to you. Everyone else is on the far side. And they're behind you, about 30 feet away.
Sure. So picture for our first mate looks like a real trip here. So I'm actually gonna chase in behind Corfair. However, I'm only gonna go as far as I can hide behind something.
So there's some crates and like trash and stuff that you could hide behind. It would only give you half cover because you're still rather big. But
I'm huge.
You can seek shelter behind those.
Then that's what I'll do. How far did I get though?
So your speed is what, 40 or 50 now?
40.
Yeah, so you're 20 feet behind. If you use a bonus action at key point, you can get up to Corford, but you probably don't want to. So you're 20 feet behind Corford, hiding behind the nearest trash can. It's actually a barrel, and it smells very bad.
Smells bad.
You're pretty sure that some bum has been puking in it. Alright, is that all you're doing?
Yep, all I'm doing.
Alright, so this guy on the far right, he sees Garticon, and he sees the arcane deflection, or the shield that he does, but he still is feeling really, really cocky, and so he runs up and he tries to hit Garticon using a multi-attack. So attacks twice with a scimitar and once with his dagger. And your AC is 23?
24.
24. So unfortunately he does not hit you, but he comes close. And you can see that he almost gets pieces of your clothing, but he misses. You see a thread floating up.
Harder than that.
All right. So the captain in the middle. I'm getting feedback from one of you. He makes it. He yells out to the nearest bandit, and he points at Corford and says, "Shoot him in the face, you ninny!" And so he uses the help action on this bandit over here. And so this bandit makes an attack roll with his light crossbow. And a 14 hits Corfair. You take 2 damage. Behind you guys, Rishu, one of the bandits says, "Hey, that's the feared Rishu the Red. All the girls in town would love me if I brought back his sorry hat." And he makes an attack at Rishu and misses. How do you dodge the attack, Rishu?
I do like a back roll onto my tail and do like a backwards tail somersault.
All right, next bandit. He sees Tranley trying to make a hide, trying to hide behind the the barrel, and he's like, "Hey, I was puking in there." And with disadvantage, he definitely misses. So it is now this bandit's turn, and he makes an attack at Corfaird, and also misses. The captain right next to Corfaird grins, and you can see that he's got at least 2 gold teeth on his canines. So he makes his multi-attack, and he stabs at Corfaird, and he says, "You really think that you can best me twice?" As Corfaird nimbly avoids every single strike. Articon, it's your turn.
All right. I'm pretty sure what I really want to do is drop a level 2 sleep spell on as many of the little guys as I can reach. So, level 2, that means 7d8. Oh, that's a lot of ones.
All right,
25
so
should do something.
there was one that Rishu affected, and he immediately falls asleep. Where's the sleeping at? Along with him, you put. Are you casting this by you or by Corfaird?
Wherever I can reach the most guys.
Well, you definitely will just go for the ones nearby you guys, since that put 3 of them asleep. So it's just the one bandit captain over here, and the rest are all near Corfaird.
So, if there are more near Corfaird, I probably would have put it over there.
Well, you can only affect 3 of them because you rolled so low.
Gotcha. But I would have put it where there were more people.
You would have only got 2. If you didn't get the one that Rishu already hit.
Don't worry about me.
So,
Kill the pirate
if you
captain,
wanted
pass
over
out,
there,
and
we can put 2 of them asleep. I just thought you would like 3 of them asleep.
Well, because Corfaird's all by himself, right?
Yeah. But you guys don't
Yeah.
need to worry about your back now.
All right. And then for good measure, I'm going to yell out for the Lost Empire and challenge
This guy?
like everyone.
Everyone's been challenged.
What's the range of it?
Each creature I can see within 30 feet of me has to make a wisdom saving throw. And then basically, if they fail, they can't run away.
Okay. So if you run forward, you can affect these guys, or you can issue the challenge to that guy.
Okay. It's really hard to see what's going on without.
So
Map.
remember, you guys were in an alleyway. You had people behind you and people in front of you. The people in front of you are 80 feet away. The people behind you are only 30 feet away. So you can hit this guy.
He's right next to me, right?
Yeah.
If I move, he'll take a swipe at me.
So are you gonna challenge him then?
There's no point in challenging him. He's gonna stick next to me anyway, right?
So you just save your channel divinity
Okay. Yeah. But I will cast. No, I can't. Never mind. Okay, yeah, that's all I got.
All right, this guy tries to take a shot at Warford. And you take 3 damage. And it is now Bandit's turn. And he says, I'll help you! And he helps out the guy next to him. So it's now Corford's turn.
All right, I'm gonna use my storm aura on the guy that I'm fighting with.
All right, you hit him.
1 point of damage, tickling, essentially.
Yep.
And then I'm going to take both of my attacks against him with my zinc-coated spear. You messed it up when you
If
changed
you
it.
do it recklessly, you have advantage. You only need to worry about 6 of them now instead of 10.
No, I'm good.
Okay, you do 10 damage. Or no, sorry, 7 damage.
Wouldn't
Right.
it be because of the rage too? Wouldn't it be?
I added
It's like an extra like 5.
No, you get an extra 2 from your rage.
Okay.
7 damage. Alright, so the same one that shot at you before, he decides that he's gonna hit you this time, Garticon. So he aims, fires once more. Once again, he's got a friend helping him. And a 15 misses. Alright, that one's asleep.
Nerd.
That one's asleep. Family, it's your turn.
Of course it is. So most of the ones behind us are gone, but I'm still Corfair. So I guess my next move will be to reveal myself from my hideout. My hideout of fun over here with the vomit. And I will charge forward. Guess I will have to fist somebody.
The hit. Then you go for one of the smaller guys.
Yeah.
Alright, are you gonna do your flurry?
No. Thinking about doing something else, and I'm totally here right now. I'm just gonna leave it as is.
Well, you still can use your bonus action, make an unarmed strike. By the way, your martial arts die is a d6 now, it's not a d4. I'm gonna need you to reroll your damage for both.
I don't think that's till next level though.
No, I'm looking at your character sheet on D&D Beyond.
Yeah,
it's a
level
d6.
5 it goes up.
Wow. You rolled the same damage. I'll keep the 5 damage since you rolled well. And so you do 8 damage. Alright. So the captain behind Garticon.
The captain?
The Capitan behind Garticon makes his attack once more. He says, my, what a worthy foe. I will enjoy licking the blood off of my sword. And does the 21 hit you?
Nah, because I'm going to put up shield again.
Alrighty.
Nice try.
So, this other captain, he says, I'll go run for his backup. And he disappears. Corferd, you once more are being struck by one of the bandits. This time he approaches you with a scimitar. And misses. I don't know why he's got advantage.
Because he's deadly.
One
Deadly
sleeping.
serious.
Alright. This one aims his crossbow at Treon Lee. And gets a crit. You take 8 damage. And he laughs. He says, "Ah! I told you it was my barf barrel." Rishu, you didn't roll yourself initiative correctly.
Yeah, I did.
You didn't do it right. So you gotta click on your token and then hit initiative. We did skip your turn. I'm sorry about that.
I haven't had a turn this whole time.
That's what I just said. We've only gone through turn order once and a half, though, so it's not like you've missed a lot.
Click on my picture and click initiative on my character. That's what I did the first time.
Oh, I'm sorry. It hasn't been linked to your character. That's why it didn't happen. So
Mark.
don't Mark me.
Oh, Mark.
You know how much time I had to change Rishu today? 5 frickin' minutes, okay? So it happens. It's not a big deal.
On it. I rolled a 9.
I know. The issue is we have to link your character token. So it's just an accident that happened. It's not a big deal. You only missed 1 turn. So
okay, that's.
It's your turn next anyways. So we'll just let you take 2 turns.
Okay.
So this bandit's going to shoot at Corferd, and then you can have your turn.
Oh.
So it's your turn, Pickles.
So, how close? Yeah, current.
So you are very close to this guy, within 10 feet.
Everyone around him is dead, aren't they?
They're sleeping. So if you attack the sleeping ones, you'll get an automatic crit.
If I were to be, hey, ping. Ping. How do I ping?
Just hold down your mouse button.
If I were to land there, would I hit be within melee range of all of them?
They're spread out a little bit. You know, they're not all just lined up. So you'd hit 2 out of 4.
What if I were to land like right? Did I hit all 3?
No, because this guy is next to Garticon. So what I'm saying is, as
Arcticon. Thought we were still okay. So I'm gonna charge at this guy and land like there, jump through the air and turn into my bear as I'm landing, so I can land on top of him right there and like squish him.
Scaly bear.
so you're only gonna hit this guy if you're jumping at him.
I'm gonna turn into a giant bear.
You're gonna turn into a large bear. These guys aren't close to him. They were further back using crossbows when Garticon put them to sleep. They weren't standing next to each other, so you would only hit him.
For Rishu, these 3 dudes behind him look like easy meals, so he's gonna finish off the dude protecting them. I'm gonna jump on him and transform into bear form.
Cave bear.
I can do a cave bear now?
I don't remember what the CR level is that you can do. Is it 1? I'm not looking at your character sheet. You need to tell me.
I think for right now it's 1.
Okay, so it's just a
That B.
brown bear.
But next level, I think he can do CR2s.
Right, so brown bear. You have multi-attack. You can do a bite attack and a claw attack. The bite is 5 to hit, and it is 1d8 plus 4.
Okay.
Do a d20 plus 5 for both of your attacks, and then do a d8 plus 4 and a 2d6 plus 4.
10. Oh.
That's a hit for your bite. Now roll for your claw, and then we'll roll the damage. Claw's a miss. So do 1d8 plus 4. So you can just type out 10 damage, because you didn't... Oh, actually, yes, 6. Sorry.
Ripping into him.
Alright. So, upon seeing a large bear appear, the other captain somewhat panics, and he makes a run for it. Corfair, you can make an attack roll of opportunity. For this guy.
With advantage?
If you do it recklessly.
Oh, I thought when they left you got it. Yeah.
No, it's just an attack. You don't get advantage unless you have a feature that gives you advantage. Okay, so that's 14 damage. Yeah, you can see that he's still fairly healthy, but he gets away unless you make Jace. Pickles, you can take another turn.
I proceed to continue murdering.
So you can just do the same rolls. You got a crit on your bite, and you hit with your claw. So it's 2d8 plus 4, or oh my goodness. Yeah, 2d8 plus 4, and do 2d6 plus 4. You do 11 damage, and you do 9 damage.
Good job, bear.
Ooh.
Okay, you can see that this guy is roughly as injured as the one that's making a run for it. Darkticon, it's your turn.
All right, so those guys that are running away, how far away from me?
So the guy that's running away is... he's over 80 feet now.
Okay.
The guy next to you looks like he's getting ready to run also.
Yeah. Well, we'll see about that. Okay. So I'm going to cast Booming Blade and smack at the guy next to me.
Yep.
Assuming that's a hit, he takes 9 damage. And good luck trying to run away.
Alright. This bandit makes a run for it.
Are any of the bandits within 5 feet of me?
This bandit also makes a run for it. Yes, this one was next to you. You can make another opportunity. You only get 1 reaction per round, but this is a new round, so you can hit this guy.
Which one am I attacking? I have no idea.
This one. It really doesn't matter. Because I'm the one keeping track anyways. Okay, that's a hit. You kill him. Corford, it's your turn. You can see that the guy running away from you is about 20 feet away. Or you can focus on the little guys.
I'm going to go after him. Use my go after him.
Okay.
And bonus action, once I get up to him, I'm gonna storm aura.
Ooh, someone's living near a choo-choo.
Or maybe it's passing through the town.
Hey, that train is like Joanna's best friend.
So he has to make a dexterity save.
I know, I'm clicking on it and it's not pulling up the info. He makes the save. So he takes 1 damage.
Fantastic. And then I am going here. And I am probably going to do a little bit of a reckless rage this time because it's away and I don't like.
Alright. So you hit with the first attack, doing 10 damage. Alright. The bandit that was shooting at you runs to meet you, Corford, and he makes an attack on you, trying to save his boss. And he says, "You won't break us, we're everywhere." And misses you. And that one's sleeping still. That one's sleeping still. Trailly, it's your turn.
Well, why is everybody else sleeping? I don't get to sleep. Not fair.
I want to take a nap too.
One I hit is still standing. What I'm going to do, I'm going to hit him again.
The first one hits. Or which one are you attacking? This guy?
The same one. It's not this one.
It was this one.
Thought it was this, whichever one I hit before. I thought it was this one up here. And I'm gonna follow that up with the patient defense.
How do you knock him out? Or do you kill him?
He's unconscious. The first hit is to the chest to knock the air from his body. The second hit is nothing more than a hit to his third eye. And then
his third eye.
He drops stiff as a board, almost as a paralysis effect.
Okay.
Unconscious, not dead.
So this captain that you cast Booming Blade on, he makes a run for it and takes the damage from Booming Blade. 1d8 thunder damage. Takes 3 damage. You already rolled it. It's 2d8 now.
Yep.
Yeah, you should edit the text on it so it's 2d8.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, you rolled a 3 on the first one, so I'll take the +8 and do 11. So.
And also I'm gonna opportunity attack him.
Yep.
And I'm gonna use my saving face thing and hope that a +3 to the roll will turn that into a hit.
We will let it hit, because the guy's somewhat distracted. You're one with hitting him, so we'll just.
Doesn't the bear also get a attack?
Yeah, the bear gets an opportunity attack. Pickles, are you going to do your claw or your bite?
Is it?
This.
Why are you rolling 2d20?
What is that?
This is my claw and bite attack to hit.
It's not your turn, it's an opportunity attack.
Oh.
We'll take the
Okay, so I just have to
11 plus 4 hits. So are you doing your claw or are you doing your bite?
Go for the bite. Go for the grapple.
Go for the grapple. What? That will be claws.
He means bite him and try to hold on to him, but that would take an action, so.
Bite him and hold on.
You can just bite. So you're gonna do the. I would have probably done the 2d6, but you do 11 damage, which is just enough. Do you kill him or do you just bite him unconscious and hold him until the air leaves his body?
I bite his head off.
Jeez.
I proceed.
Treonlei's not gonna have much reason to stay with you guys.
Hey, Gartokan put 3 of them to sleep. That's 3 people who didn't die.
I like eating people.
Maybe someone should talk to him about how bad it is to just eat people.
We need at least one of those big boss guys alive.
Sorry, what? All I heard was eat and buffet.
All right, so
This isn't Vegas.
this guy is making a run for it, and this guy is making a run for it. So you have 2 awake and running. One's trying to block your path, Corfair, and the other is running. So, Rishu, it is your turn. You can use a dash action to get close to Corfair, but if you use your bonus action to transform, you could cast a spell and probably hit the guy that's running for it at a distance. Although you probably don't want to kill him. Because
you could if you want.
You could.
Wait, so, which of these dudes did I just murder? I missed.
This one. So this guy is 100 feet away from you. If you use your bear speed to get over there, and then revert with a bonus action, then you would be within.
I eat these people.
Because they're unconscious.
Yeah.
Are you?
I heard buffet when I joined this.
Go
yeah,
ahead, do what you want, bud. I was just.
But he's gonna get away. So I will charge.
Do what your character
Bucket.
would do.
Do what? Do my character
Do what
would
your
do?
character would do.
Okay, so then I'm gonna go over here and just start munching on.
So you gonna do your claw attack on one and your bite on another?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do not apologize.
All right, so
those are captives that
Well,
Gartakon's taken, and he takes offense at someone trying to eat them.
Wait a second. Quick question.
So
What is
your
alignment?
attacks are automatic crits.
Chaotic
Don't roll your d20s together like that. Because
Oh, they're auto
Hey,
crits. Okay, okay.
Gartakon protests the eating of the captives that he's taken.
So
They're basically his property because they came hunting him anyway, and he put them to sleep. So they're his. Back off, bear.
that's the bite on.
one of them. Good. You killed one of them. Do you heed Gartakon before you try and kill the other one?
Hey, no. I was stopping him before he was eating the first one.
I'm gonna look at him, and I'll make like a pouty face, and then I'm gonna swipe at the same one to just continue mutilating him.
Hey, what is your alignment?
Oh, sorry. That should be 4. Chaotic.
Hey, I
good.
can.
I rolled the same damage.
Hey, Mark,
Yeah.
could I not use my champion challenge to keep him from moving towards those sleeping?
Is it a
continued to
reaction?
murder this guy.
Actually, there is no action.
I already killed
It's
him.
just verbal.
I just want to keep killing him.
This is what it looks like.
Are you sure you want a bear fighting you though?
It's not telling him to fight me. It just
Wait,
says,
It
where
says
where
it
is
compels you to do battle with you.
Yeah, but
well,
it's 30 feet. I'm not 30 feet away. I'm
Yeah, you
more
are.
than
You're
30 feet
you're
away.
within 30 feet.
But I'm right here, and he's like here.
This isn't
yeah,
measuring
so
distance.
Oh,
no.
You can.
Okay.
You can issue the challenge, Michael.
why can't I just
alright.
keep murdering the guy who's already dead?
Just help me capture this last guy. We have to capture him.
I'm just gonna say though,
So-
if you want to do that, I mean, we can have him do a wisdom save. But
That's the idea.
all right, Dave, do a wisdom save.
Dave is hungry.
Gartakon wants you to fight him.
Good luck.
Okay, he killed him. All right.
He shouldn't have +7 to a saving throw.
I do, because my wisdom is
18 plus proficiency bonus.
Oh, well then maybe he does.
5 + 2.
It'd be 4 plus 2.
So wait a second, if he's really
4 plus
wise.
3.
Oh,
what-
4 plus 3, yeah, because
He must-
proficiency went up.
So that's why you have no constitution. Is because you have so much in wisdom.
He's a wise guy.
Well, I have 12 in Constitution.
Yeah, these guys have like 15s and 16s in Constitution.
I got a 16, yeah.
My dump stat is intelligence, so maybe I just I don't understand what he's trying to do, so I just go back to eating this dude.
You're not very intelligent.
I have an 8.
All right, so this captain keeps running. Warfare, it's your turn. Or no, sorry, Garticon, it's your turn.
All right. Well,
So let's see, how much damage did Pickles actually do to the one guy? All right, so the bite wouldn't have killed him, but the claws did end up killing him because he rolled max damage. So
Yeah.
I was almost about to say you could use your lay on hands to bring this guy back, but he took more damage than he could take in one hit when he's dying. So sorry, Michael, I was trying to make it work out for you.
that's okay. I'm gonna go hit the bear.
Just get the captain guy. We don't need the bear. Don't worry about the bear.
I don't know. Garticon just challenged him.
I was just like, what?
All right,
David.
stop moving.
David, you take 9 damage. You're saying.
No, he takes 13 damage.
All right. Yeah, you need to edit your damages.
No, man, it's right. At level 5, they take thunder damage on a hit, and they take thunder damage again later on.
Oh, sorry.
So he takes 13 damage.
Okay. Okay.
So if he moves toward any more sleeping people, he's going to get hurt again.
That is enough to persuade
Bad bear, stop it.
Issue Bear.
He only has 20 life points. You've just decreased his life points by half.
No, I have 38,
Hey.
and my bear hit points. How many hit points does the bear have?
A lot. But they don't go, yeah. This
Mark.
damage doesn't actually hurt his character. It just hurts
I know,
his bear
Mark.
form. So
No,
No,
it's only
you
the
have
leftover
34 hit
that
points as a
damage
bear.
him.
34 hit points as a bear.
34.
34 would be 21. Continue.
All right, corn-fed. What do you do?
I'm gonna look at the guy that's trying to protect his boss. This is more just for flavor, and I'm just gonna tell him to run, get out of here,
Run.
and then I'm gonna chase after his boss.
Okay, he's gonna slap you anyways.
He can try.
He did succeed. Take
1 point of damage.
1 point of damage, but you get to keep your rage.
Woo! Yep. So I'm going to chase after a friend that's trying to flee. And I'm just how does he look like?
He's
I just
still
wanna know
fairly
how-
healthy.
Attack with storm or what the heck? Why is it always a 1?
You rolled a
That
6
is
the
really
first
too
time.
bad that you keep rolling 1s and 2s.
That's alright though, he takes 1 damage. And guess what? Half of 1 damage is still 1 damage.
I know,
in
that's
the
what's
way.
so frustrating.
So I mean, you're
Why
guaranteed
couldn't
to
it have been a
do
6?
you're guaranteed to do maximum damage even if he fails maximum of the damage
I
you've
know.
rolled.
But I'd rather it be a 6.
Alright, you gonna make 2
Yeah.
attacks?
Yep, and we're gonna do it recklessly because he's away.
Oh, I forgot. You did a reckless attack. The guy on his attack should have been with advantage. Alright,
What, the attack of advantage?
yeah. Alright, you do 12 damage. You can do another attack. You
Yep.
do 8 damage. Alright, the bandit chases after you. He's like, I'll save you, Dorthil. And he,
Worthful.
yes, it's a horrible name.
His mother gave him.
Mother gave it to him. Don't make fun of it. Oh, that's true, Michael. He added the rage bonus to it himself. So kill him for. Okay, so Dorthel is after Trailin Lee. So Trailin Lee, what do you use?
I guess. I assume this one's in the same direction, so I guess I'm gonna press forward towards him since he's the only one left.
Yeah.
Or actually, there's this one. Oh, he's unconscious. No mind. Yeah, so I'll press forward to that one.
You
For a movement
can
of
hit
40.
this one.
Oh, I didn't even notice him. He blends in
Yeah, he's next to Corford.
because they're buddies. I'll do.
He's gonna do a round.
Alright, you hit him with one of them.
That patient defense, is that only for that one turn or until it happens?
It's only for that one turn. For that
Until the next
round,
turn.
basically, yeah.
Until the next turn. Okay.
And until the end of the next turn, I think.
Well, I think if I did it now, it would be active until my next turn, is what I think it says. It's not very specific, but
Yeah, he's not gonna attack
Yeah,
you.
It'd be until your next turn.
Spending your key point to do your flurry would probably be better.
no, that's all I'm gonna do though.
Alright.
But as a bonus action, he can still do one more unarmed attack even without spending a key point, right?
Yeah,
already did it.
that's true. No, because you're level 5, you make 2 attack rolls, and then you get a bonus.
Yeah, you've got extra attack at level 5. So you can make 3 attacks around without spending any resources, which is pretty cool.
So he's very close to being unconscious if you do end up spending the key point. You can see that he's on the very edge of... But if he continues doing what he was doing, and Corfair chases the captain, and he chases Corfair, then you should have an opportunity to attack anyways.
You're right, I do an extra attack. I did not read that.
So, Rishu, it's your turn.
We just have this little guy left that we have to subdue. That's what you want, right? Trying to hit me. All right. Well, I'm gonna de-transform.
All we hear is him making noise.
So is the last guy still getting away?
Yes.
How does he look?
Yeah, does he look haggard?
He's looking haggard.
Like Hagrid? Okay. I charge him as my bear before I de-transform.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna leap into the air.
You can't reach him because he's so far away.
Crazy.
So you can run 80 feet if you use the dash action, but he is 140 feet away now.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
moved 60.
So wait, is Michael close to me? He just hit me, so yeah.
Yeah, he just hit you.
So I'm gonna
Don't move.
Don't
move.
I'm gonna pick Michael up
Don't
and
move.
throw him on my back, and then we're gonna charge.
Don't move. Don't move.
Why don't you want me to move?
You're gonna
Can
take
I
2d8 thunder
voluntarily
damage.
release him from my spell? Well, it doesn't matter if he takes damage. He's in bear form. It's not gonna knock him out.
You're
But
gonna
if he
take
throws
the
you on it,
damage.
You're gonna take it too.
No, that's not
What?
how it works. It's not a
He can
lightning
take it.
bolt striking. It's if you move, David, you just take 2d8 damage. That's fine. But you can
Why?
pick him up and you can run 40 feet.
Why?
Because Michael hit you.
It's 'cause the spell
Garticon
I
hit
cast
you
on
with
but
booming blade.
Okay. I don't care. I want to pick up
it's
Garticon and charge. I'm a freaking bear. I don't give a crap.
Okay, you take 2d8 thunder damage.
Are you rolling it?
I guess so.
I got it.
All right, and we're charging. He's riding me like a
See,
stallion.
he gets 6s. Why can't I get a 6?
Because you're not rolling a D100.
Because hobgoblins are superior.
Because
Yeah, well, I rolled a
hobgoblins don't like
D100
to
and
be
I lost
embarrassed.
91 freaking coins.
So wait, do I take 12 or do I take 8?
I'll let you decide. Anyways, the band captain, feeling cornered, he
Yeah, you can just take 8. I'm fine with that.
he drops his
I'm taking-
he drops his coin purse and dashes for.
Drops his what?
He drops his coins, his
Oh,
bag of
okay.
coins, and makes a run for it. Or for you can take an opportunity attack.
Do I get advantage since I'm recklessly attacking at this point still?
Well, you choose to recklessly attack now. So it's whether or not you want to recklessly attack. Alright.
Oh! Is that a crit? That's a crit, right?
Yep.
Take him down.
You do not kill him, though.
12. Wait a
That's-
second, that's 24 damage. That's
that's-
24 points of damage.
No, that's 10 points of damage.
No, because when you crit, don't you double?
Your
damage?
double is the 2 damage rolls you made.
And he only did 1 damage roll, didn't he?
Well, no, he's talking about if you crit.
So you
get
had the
crit
7 plus an extra d8, which is the 3. So he
I thought
did
when
10
you
damage.
crit, you get what you rolled times 2.
It depends on how you're doing crits.
Well, okay, but so if
The
we're doing it
way that we're
way,
doing crits, it automatically calculates your crit damage.
Yeah, by
Okay,
the
so-
book,
but
it's
I
got
would- So wouldn't I get my double bonus though? I would get the +2 for both then. So wouldn't it
No,
be
you get
additional
your rage
four?
bonus only to the damage roll. It's still just one damage roll. You just have 2 dice in the damage roll.
Don't worry, I
Like
got him.
12 points of damage.
Okay, so Gartakon moved 40 feet with Rishu, but
And Rishi dashed, right?
no, because he used his action to pick you up. So he was 140 feet away when Rishu moved. He's now 100, but he ran 60 feet. So he's 160 feet away from you.
Huh.
Could urge me to run faster for his.
Well, here's the thing. Numbers are stupid, but if I move 30 feet, I'm 10 feet too far away from being able to hit him with magic missile.
And he moved 30 feet.
If
Times
you
2
if you
because he's
delay
riding
your
a bear.
turn, if you delay your turn, you know, and ride the bear, let him dash 80 feet, you eventually will catch up.
So can we just do it then, since it's an auto hit with magic missile?
Well, Horford
turn is-
and Riju and Crayon Lee would all have a turn before you can reach with your magic missile.
Okay. Well, okay. Part of me thinks it's a little silly that we're going so much by counting feet, but not really using a map.
That's an
What if I
opinion
gave
you
up
can
one
hold
of
on to
my
yourself.
magic missile bolts? So I only hit him with 2 of my magic missile bolts.
You can
but I
just
get
wait
that
a
extra 10
turn.
feet.
You can just wait a turn. We're not. It's stupid to be annoyed about rules like that. So,
That's an opinion. Okay, I'm done.
from the DM, so if you could hold back comments like that, please. Corford, you are 60 feet away. What would you like to do?
How does he look now?
He's very weak. So, you could dash using your action, and then as a bonus action, doing your lightning damage.
But I would still have my other attack though too.
No,
right?
you would use your action to dash rather than attack. Because he's too far away for you just to move. You have to use a double movement.
No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm gonna have to do a double move, but I have 2 attacks.
No,
Then a
because
bonus
your
action.
attack action is your action. So if you use your action to dash, you can't use your action to attack. When you attack, you may make 2 attacks with the 1 attack action. That's how it works.
Throw your spear at him.
You can also throw your spear.
And how far away is he?
But
And I have to roll
if you
for
don't
advantage?
roll a 1, your lightning would actually, you probably, if you're trying to knock him out though,
I guess you could cripple him and take that risk, right?
or we could give chase, lose the initiative order, and you guys would eventually catch him.
No one carries caltrops.
Okay. Can I reckless attack out of rage?
And yes, you don't have to be enraged to recklessly attack.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna I got my dagger on me. So just roll my dagger with advantage.
I mean, you could throw your spear too. You have a few.
I'm gonna throw
Your
my dagger.
your stats are better for the spear, but yeah, throw the dagger. Okay, so how do you kill him?
See, the thing is, I didn't want to kill him. I actually just want to.
You should have thought about that.
No.
How about,
that's-
does he have heroic inspiration? Can he use that to not kill a bad guy?
Like, I just want to knock him out.
That's a new one.
So you could use heroic inspiration, since typically when you make a ranged attack, you can't control how lethal it is. You may use your heroic inspiration to make it less lethal, but you have to tell me how you do it.
Knock him out.
Okay, well, knocking someone out with a sharp object doesn't usually work. But
Well, okay. Here's the thing though: is I'm gonna throw my dagger like hand over hand, so it's like, going spinning in the air, but I'm throwing it with the goal of not actually stabbing him with like the pointed end, but like clocking him in the back of the head with like the end of the dagger.
okay.
So, like, clocks him in the head and knocks him down.
So roll a d4 for me, and if it's 1, then it hits him with the blade, because there are 4 sides to your dagger.
Rolling a d4. Mark, you said a d4?
Yep, because you have the... Right. You didn't hit him with the sharp end, you actually hit him with the pommel of the dagger. He's knocked out for quite a while. So, to wrap up tonight, you guys, what do you want to accomplish for next week so we can write them down in the notes so that when we start, we can go into our expedition? Unless you want to keep doing things in the city. Basically, what do you want to do next week so that we have a plan?
We're still going to the university to get the guide, then we have to go get supplies, and then we determine what we're going to do after that, depending on what the guide says.
Okay.
So can we hand wave or can we know what the guide says? Can we sort of hand wave all the expedition stuff? Because we talked about it. Can we start the expedition next week?
It depends on what you guys want to do, because some people might not want to go straight to the tomb, right? So let's put up our list, and we'll decide how we want to go about it, and the next week we'll do it that way. So you want to go to the university, you want to get supplies.
Yes.
I know before we would do that, I want these guys.
You're cutting in and out.
Oh, sorry. I know before I'm gonna want to go. These guys robbed me as I'm going.
Still cutting in and out.
Oh, it does make it.
Oh.
Better?
Yes.
All right. So I know one thing I'm gonna want to do before we go anything with the expedition, the trip, whatever, to the underneath, is I'm gonna want to pick these guys clean. And I'm a little upset because they robbed me when I was trying to just talk to them, and so now I maybe not be so happy with these guys. So
you're gonna eat them for yourself. I get it.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat them.
Well, we got 4 of them we got 5 of them that are knocked out and stunned. And there's probably some type of police force in the city, and there's probably some reward that is out for the Red Thieves Guild. And so I'm probably going to go for that route because it's an embarrassment to the Thieves Guild to have that many people turned in. But I just know I'm going to be seeking a little bit of retribution for what has been happened to me. Plus, I'm going to basically take everything off them that's worth something, including those 2 gold teeth.
You're gonna take the teeth. Savage.
You gonna do that while he's awake?
Yes.
Oh, trust me, he's going to tell me exactly where the base is. And he's going to take me to his leader. And he's not going to have a tongue or anything else to be able to say. I'm neutral good, but with these guys, they pissed off the wrong barbarian.
Taking off his tongue, though, seems a little evil. Taking out his teeth is one
Yeah,
thing.
do it.
All right, what else do you guys want to
What
do?
is it? Shopping.
Yeah, we already got that. Did you guys still want to get a guide?
So I'm still a little confused about how we need to. This was a recent archaeological discovery, right? So how would a guide know anything worthwhile?
Well, a guide isn't exactly what you think it is. A guide can be anybody who may have already been down there to the dig site. A guide could be someone who is a familiar that knows the general area of the city and the entrance points into the underground. Also,
Or
they
someone
could have
that's
been a
good at
person who
navigating
could-
underground?
someone who professionalizes in dungeoneering, if that were a thing anymore.
Or maybe
Isn't that what
someone,
we're
maybe
supposed to do?
someone. Well, Garticon's the only one that has extensive experience underground. Do you want to be the only one responsible for leading people around?
Corfair was with barbarian dwarfs.
Yeah, but
True.
you didn't necessarily go through a lot of tunnels and caves like in the Underdark. You were in the Dwarven Kingdom. It's not super deep down underground.
Well, and that's why I was asking you the entrance if it was considered going to be in the Underdark or not.
The entrance is not in the Underdark, but Corfair himself, you're trained in survival. So you have some ability in caves, but you know, the point of a guide is up to you guys, depending on whether or not you go with the Dragonmark House route. You know, a guide might be a researcher that helps you guys with information on knowledge of earlier Sharn history. It might be a guide that is someone that specializes in dealing with underground exploration. It might be someone that specializes on something else. You know, each of the Dragonmark houses offers services, so maybe your guide isn't a guide at all, but you pick someone that can tend to your wounds. Hire someone from House Jurasco.
A temporary party member of mercenaries, some kind.
Yeah, they can be mercenaries too, or they can just be helpers. So,
Okay, sounds reasonable.
So, I mean, if we find somebody, if we don't find anybody, we don't need them, but it would cost us money to bring them with us. But if we bring them with us, it could be a pack meal, and we could pack more out and make more money potentially.
and Garticon does have the option of bringing some of his goblins as pack mules or assistants. You might take a couple of the children as wards, you know, where they help
Maybe
you
some
take
of the
care of
older
your
children.
weapons, and I mean, maybe they keep your armor maintained and they clean your weapons for you, maintain your clothing and stuff, you know, giving them experience and useful skills so that one day they might serve for a knight, or they might join the become a soldier, you know.
Do we have to go to the Underdark? I mean, do we have to go to this doorway?
You don't have to do anything, my friend. This is your choice. However, it does the findings of this place coincide with much of what you guys have already researched, and so if you don't decide to follow the hook, then you don't follow it, you know? I'm willing to adapt if that's not where you guys want to go.
So we'll have to decide next time when we go to the university if we can find information on it.
But like anything, if you are presented an opportunity and you don't take it, then you might miss out on things. And that's fine. I'm not trying to scare you into following hooks. I will offer you guys multiple hooks as things go. Like, you missed out on the Festival of the Hunt for Balinor, and that would have unlocked different storyline for you guys. But because you decided to go to university instead, now you're being offered this chance to go into an expedition.
Okay, so I'm fine with us having equipment and having a guide and connections with whoever. Garticon sort of wants to get there. So when we pick up next week, what are we doing?
We'll have to find out when we get there, won't we?
Well, no, this is the whole point of what we're doing right now is to know what we're doing so that we can have more prepared for what you want to do.
Well, we already determined we're going to the university. We're going to go talk to somebody. We have to get supplies, and then figure out if we're actually going to keep going or not. They go find a guide, and he may tell us that he's been down there and that there's overwhelming amounts of creatures that would decimate anyone who visits. Could be, a warning to heed.
Well, I think Mark can tell us that right now if that's the case, right?
It's within your ability.
All right, so I think
I'm not gonna
like
put you guys in overly deadly place unless you guys are like, hey, let's go to the demon wastes and look for demons. And I'll be like, okay, guys, are you sure?
I think we can commit or not right now to whether we're gonna do it or not.
So who wants to go underground and investigate the tomb?
Garticon does, unless people have another idea of something that they'd like to do.
Lee can't see in the dark, and he doesn't like being in small spaces where he can't see where he's going.
Although Tram Lee does
is
feel
happy to-
the importance of possibly investigating this.
And I mean, we may as well just bring torches with us. I mean, light shouldn't be an issue. I mean, if light's the issue, we'll bring plenty of light.
Plus, can't you make your... Oh wait, no, you have the healing channel divinity.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you could make your sword light up for 1 minute. That's the other oath.
I don't. So I think Corn Fair probably doesn't so much care about the Underdark, care about this gate. I mean, he would do it if like the group wanted to do it, but I don't think he's like really itching to go into the caves. I think he's more interested in right now trying to get these Red Ripper Guild off of Garth's back. But if the group wants to go down there, he'll go. On the flip side, if we need supplies, he has a great connection with a merchant, so he might be able to help out with getting the right supplies or knowing who to talk to.
So one reason why for motivations for the characters, right? And ultimately it is up to you guys. But assuming that you all shared the findings that you had from your downtime with each other, which there isn't any reason why you wouldn't per se unless you decided not to. You've all done enough research to know that there's something about that door that has called to you. You all found information kind of about the same stuff. That prophecy that you saw on the island has always been constantly in the back of your mind, something that you've pondered about, something that has bugged you a little bit because it talks about some interesting things. And both Treon Lee and Garticon have found some information that has linked both this prophecy to strange cult-like behavior, to linked the prophecy to Malion the Reaver, and the Dragonstones have also been linked to Malion the Reaver and to the Decani Empire. So there is a little bit of everything for all of you. The only person that doesn't have the strongest motivations to go down there would probably be Corford for the reasons exactly that you said, but he has also been pondering the prophecy, and he knows enough about the gatekeepers that the orcs helped the goblins a long time ago. The goblins had the Dragonstone. He's not sure. There could be correlations that maybe aren't, but so the gang is going to stay in Sharn. You know, you're not scary enough to make them just up and leave yet. So if you did decide to pursue them earlier than later, it really doesn't matter when you go. They might have more time to prepare for you if you end up going underground first. But the Red Rippers aren't going anywhere. So ultimately, it's up to all of you guys what you want to do. I'm not trying to force you in one direction. But you are presented with this crossroad, and so it's up to you how you talk each other into which one you're going to do. And we need to make that choice tonight.
I think Garticon, I think that I would like try and convince Corfarid, you know, like, I mean, we've been helping each other out for a few months now, and this is something that Garticon's interested in doing, and of course he'd love to have Corfarid there too. And I mean, Garticon's invested in figuring out what the deal is with this gang anyway, because he's got connections to it because of the crap that Pugnug's been pulling. And so it's like, you know, help me with this thing, and then together we'll take care of the other thing.
Pugnug's been trying to do good, though, with his gang. It's not like he's just robbing people. He's trying to help the goblins out. He's just doing it.
Pugnug is coming with me on this expedition. He will be my lead squire. You can learn from my example.
Nice. David, you've been awfully quiet.
My body is so hungry, and I'm just waiting to eat more people. I'm in it for the food.
Well, I think Corford's got a ton for you to eat.
I'm in it for the food, and my captain told me to progress my druid skills. I get a claw and eat stuff and buy.
You always do what Captain says, huh?
Do follow Captain.
You're just a follower.
Well, he lacks the intelligence to do anything on his own.
So as long as I get to eat someone, I'm okay.
Did you build that into the archetype background of that character?
What?
Feeding on flesh?
Well, it's part of the lizard folk thing. As
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
as the alien mind, like they don't. Like
He's not from normal civilization. He doesn't know how taboo some of his behavior is.
It's not necessarily taboo, but what I'm saying though, is there a negative effect if he doesn't eat anything, or a positive effect if he does?
No, there is no effect. It's just how I've preferred to play the character.
And I mean, well, to sort of explain Gartokon hitting Rishu, it's like me personally, I love Rishu. Like me, Michael, I love Rishu. He's great. And I've seen him at the table before, and he's hilarious. But Gartokon is kind of disgusted. Gartokon's all about law and order, and this Rishu lizard guy is like a wild animal more than he is a person and doesn't belong in society. So Gartokon's keeping an eye on him. But like me, I love Rishu. I just wanted to explain that.
Treyon's skin crawls at the thought of being underground again.
Yeah. But I think our characters have all sort of bonded since going through that creepy temple together. I mean, the horrors we witnessed, like, I don't know. We are the only people who were there, and so we're the only people who talk to each other about it.
Oh, by the way, you guys all were able to remove your dread. You all picked good activities for that. Forgot to mention that.
One action I do want to do is I want to talk to the priestess and see if she has any counsel.
Okay. So what do you ask her?
Oh, well, because I think even if these guys are like, I mean, I will go with these guys, but I'm gonna go with a little bit more trepidation, just because anytime we've gone in a cave, things haven't worked out. Like we've survived, but we've almost died in 3 different caves, 2 different caves. So this is gonna be the 3rd time we almost died in a cave.
Oh,
So
the
what
first
you're
time
saying
you
is that we're getting better at it.
Yeah.
Who's had more experience not dying in caves than us? Right? Right?
Well,
It just means that
Garchikon spent his whole
it
life
just-
not dying in caves.
Uh-huh. Well, and Garchikon could potentially bring along some healing magic if Porford's that worried about it.
No, I just don't want to deal with aberrations. Like me as a person, I do not want to deal with aberrations. Those things annoy the heck out of me.
They're pretty creepy. But
It's not about the
Unfortunately,
creepiness, it's about mind flares and all the other things that you run into where it's just like they have like 5 different abilities they can do and they
Yep.
well,
But Garchikon likes killing aberrations.
unfortunately, that is not something you can avoid for very long in this campaign.
What, we're gonna find a mind flare?
I didn't say that. I'm just saying,
I know we're gonna have to fight a demon.
am I gonna have to pull up your prophecy since you guys have forgotten about it?
the draconian prophecy?
Does
That
say
one?
aberration on-
Foregather, lost, betrayed, adjuring, concealed, kindled by Fernia, incited to act. The path is uncovered, aberrations unleashed, engendered by artifice, new portents yield through blood, madness, and path is set, fate revealed.
Hi, David.
Hey, David. Can you weigh in on this?
I need to go eat something because I'm like physically
Yeah, that's fine.
not having a good time.
Oh, you actually are hungry.
Yeah.
Very
I
confusing.
Well, Pickles said that he will go with what everyone else decides, so that's fine.
All right.
You can leave.
Well, we could roll. We could roll for it. Just a crapshoot. Roll for it and see what happens.
Now, another reason why you would want to go on the expedition first is that a lot of people are sending adventurers and archaeologists down to this tomb, and so if you get there later, there won't be as many things to find because other people will be staking their claims, right? So that is motivation for time, is that if you get there too late, there will be nothing left to find, but it'll be easier to find the door because someone will have already found it. So if your motivation is to find artifacts, then going sooner is better. If your motivation is to get to the door, then it really doesn't matter how soon you go, because eventually someone's going to find it, and then they can just lead you there. So that is a pro in either direction that you take.
So what you're saying
Well-
is we should find out where the door is, and then have other groups pay us to lead them to the door and charge them a buttload of money to do it.
Well, not everyone's looking for the door. Most people are just looking for Malian's remains and for the treasures that he supposedly hid there, right? You guys are looking for the door because you have reason to believe that it is nearby the remains of Malian, and that the door has something to do with ancient Dakani relics. Right, but my point being, if you decide to not go right away exploring, you'll still end up down there, but you won't have as many options down there, you know? Whereas if you go right away, you'll have some time to explore down there. If you just wait for someone else to discover it, then you'll eventually get there. So that's why I'm saying, no matter what you choose, you guys will eventually investigate the door. So it's more, what do you want to do and what would motivate your characters. We all know that Garchikon wants to go down there because if he waits, then all of those Dakani artifacts that might be found might be stolen by the grubby hands of the non-goblins.
Filthy dwarves.
Dwarves and gnomes and elves and humans and
Corfair.
orcs, I guess.
We're end up if the whole thing is that we're gonna end up down there anyways, then screw it. Let's just go. Corfair's not gonna be happy, but he'll go.
Well, what I'm saying is that eventually you guys will want to go down there, but if what Horford wants to do is stop the Thieves Guild first, the point I was trying to make is that if you go for the Thieves Guild first, there won't be as much treasure below because people will find it. But you also have the odds of finding the Thieves Guild's stores, so it's not a win-lose scenario.
The
It's
Thieves Guild doesn't seem very tough. I think we can clear them out easily enough.
Well, but the thing is he's not interested in actually causing a problem with the Thieves Guild. He's only frustrated with them because they robbed him. his whole thing is trying to get the contract removed off Garthicon and find out who issued it, so then he can kind of basically beat up that person. That's all. He actually wouldn't mind working for the Thieves Guild since he was a mercenary.
Well, he's
Right, like-
he's murdered a few of them. I'm not sure they'll be so willing to hire him now.
Yeah, well, that's
Well-
because they robbed him. It's called retribution.
Ooh, Corford learned a big word. Well,
Mercenaries.
Gartukon is all for figuring stuff out with the Thieves Guild later.
So, David, you want to weigh in on this? You here yet? Rob, what do you want to do? What does Brownlee want to do? That prophecy has
Well,
been
if-
bothering him.
It has, and actually
And the-
bothering me.
And the noise of the city is also somewhat difficult for you. So being underground would be a little more peaceful, probably, in that sense. But
Let me ask you, how much evidence is there that the Draconic Prophecy has anything to do with the underground?
give me a wisdom roll.
You'll have to give me a wisdom roll. I already got off the page.
I know.
But I'm watching the stream, but I'm off the page. But what is my wisdom modifier?
You get +2. You rolled a crit, by the way.
Hey, he knows
Oh,
everything.
I only rolled a
His
14.
hours of meditation are paying off.
Okay, so Trehan Lee has reason to believe that the line kindled by Fernia has something to do with the Firestone. And Malian the Reaver divided up the Dragonstone when it was one giant Kyber dragon shard. And you're going to his tomb, so very likely that you guys will find out more information from the Dragonstones, possibly by investigating his tomb. And Trayon Lee has a feeling that the first line foregather, lost, betrayed, abjured, and concealed either has something to do with the Dragonstones or it has to do with people. And quite possibly it could be a mix of both. So he feels an urge to he feels strongly that he should collect the stones.
Well, against his better judgment, he would go under.
So try and convince Corford then.
Vince Corford of what? Well, Corford doesn't have the same motivation at all. His is personal, emotional. The only way to make him want to go is to make it emotion effective for him. He's got a man crush, so I don't know how he could let his man crush go under without his protection. How is he supposed to make it without him?
Who's his man crush? Oh, I thought you were gonna say the half elf.
No, see, Corfaird's currently got his own vendetta right now.
Corfair.
But
Sorry, keep going, Rob.
But his vendetta is involved with this man crush, Garticon. However, he would not like to admit it out in public. That is his man. And I don't know how he could let his man go underneath the town into an unknown, unexplored area and potentially die because he wasn't there to decide. I don't know how he could live with himself. That's just very selfish, I think.
Another motivation for Corfair is that it's very likely that Chester Rastigar will come along with you as part of the university, and if you're lucky, maybe that Chandelar might end up going along with him, since she is one of his interns or lab aides, I guess. So there could be a romantic reason.
So romantic. But Crayon's reasons for going down are also selfish in itself. He'll never admit to that.
Is that enough reason, Garrett, or are you gonna try and sway everyone?
I mean, I've already kind of said it that like my character is gonna be apprehensive, but he would go with it, right? Like it's not like he's gonna be like, no, I'm not going, I refuse. It's more if he's like, I don't know if this is the smartest idea right now. We haven't had, we've almost died in caves.
Had some bad luck.
We've had bad luck. It just seems like anytime crap hits the fan, we're in a cave. So those are kind of the things that he's hesitant about. Plus, so those are things that he's hesitant about. The thing about Garthicon is he actually reminds Carfared of a friend of his who had strong morals that Corfair didn't agree with at times, and that friend died. And so he sees a lot of his friend in Garthicon. So that's why he's more trying to be protective of him, just so you know. But actually, he's not going to he won't admit that, but that's the reason why. But like I said, we're gonna be going down there anyway, so might as well just go down there.
All right, I didn't want to bully you into it, so.
Bully. This will be the last time everybody will see daylight. We'll never come out again.
You may not. You may end up on the moon for all you know.
We'll end up as the undead. Undead, aberrations. Oh. Why does it always have to be caves?
Corfaird's gonna grow some tentacles out of his eyes or something.
Because we're trained.
Go ahead, Rob.
Because we're trained in dungeoneering, and that's why we're gonna do it. We're gonna go spelunking.
It is called Dungeons and Dragons after all.
Oh.
Plus, I don't know about you, but I remember everyone voting on the survey to go underground.
Oh, I wanted to do that too. And then I started learning more about Dungeons and Dragons, and I started learning about aberrations and the undead. And now I'm like, I don't really want to do all those things. Those things suck.
I like how the more you learn about Dungeons and Dragons, the less you want to actually go anywhere dangerous. At first you're like, that's a Rakshasa, I'm gonna kill him. And Michael's like, don't do it. And you don't give a crap, and then you read about Rakshasas, and you're like, holy crap, they're scary.
No, actually, I don't have a problem with demons. I don't have problems with like the elemental planes. I don't even have I wouldn't have a problem fighting a dragon. I have problems about aberrants and the undead. Why? Because they both suck so badly. Ghouls can take over your body. There's no savings throws. They just take control of your body until you're knocked down prone, or unless someone does radiation, like holy damage. They suck.
Well, we got a paladin in the party now, so bring on the undead.
That's what I'm saying. Like my character, like me personally, I'm the one that's like, no, we're gonna beat aberrations and they suck, and we're gonna meet undead and they're gonna suck. And my character does have nothing to protect them against those. That's why I want to enchant my spear. Anyways, that's not gonna happen.
Well,
Okay.
you might just end up finding a magic weapon, so.
I know. That's one thing I want.
And
I want a lot of
good
magical
place to
things.
find magic items is in tombs
Are in
and dungeons.
Yeah, I know. But regardless, I think Corfair still will want to talk to a priest. The priestess. He's gonna be apprehensive regardless of the situation. But like I said, I mean, I'll go down. He's gonna go down. He's just gonna be a little apprehensive about it, just because I'm being apprehensive about it. I don't actually think he'd care. He might not. No, he probably cares a little bit.
Nobody cares.
That's what she said.
You're on the mics, Rob.
Yeah, well, you can hear me from there.
I know.
All right, so we.
So the plan is to go underground. So, I will present you guys. Actually, here's what we'll do. So you all know that I created a Facebook group for you, and that's where I would like you to start posting your session summaries and your short stories and stuff instead of in the Twitch chat, because for Michael it's not ideal for him at this time to use. So,
and also the chat, like you can't really reference back to stuff in it. It's just like it's a chat. It's not meant for.
So,
you know,
and what we're trying to do is build the channel just a little bit. You know, I don't care if we don't end up getting viewers, you know, but if we don't try to get viewers, then we won't grow. And so I think that we do have a good story, and that we have very interesting characters, and all of your characters are rather different and unique and interesting characters. And so I think that people would enjoy to see what we're doing and to hear the stories that you guys are telling. And so the group is one way on Facebook for people to just see what we're talking about and to see the stories that you guys come up with, because all of you have very fascinating session summaries and short stories that you've done. So we'll start using the group for that, and you know, if you guys feel like sharing when we're streaming so that your other friends might see it, that's up to you. I'm not gonna say you should do it, but I think that if we try and actually nurture this, we could actually make it grow pretty decently.
But you also have to learn how to talk better.
But we all have to. So one thing I would like us to improve is just speeding up decision making, especially in combat. We didn't go over an hour, but
I think we did slightly.
We started at 7 and we ended like right at 8, and there was some discussion in between that wasn't related to combat. It was close to an hour.
Yeah,
it was after 7 when we started.
An hour 15. But.
Regardless, some turns for players took a little longer than others. And we'll try and optimize it. Like for David's beast forms, we'll just create a whole bunch of handouts for David that he can just look at. That way he doesn't have to just type in his damage every time. He can just click the buttons, stuff like that. And just overall, it would be good if we're a little more engaged with what each other are doing in combat so that we can be a little more aware of it. So, anyways, unless you guys can think of anything else that you would like to do for next week, we're gonna end it now. So,
Alrighty.
Although I think
I do have one comment that's not totally like
Go ahead.
related, but might be helpful. Is because I know you for the most part you just pull maps, like pictures and different things to use, but it would be nice if if you did pull a picture and we did have an attack, that there was like a grid overlay so we could know where we are in relationship to them.
Yeah,
Just
we
as a
will
future
do
reference.
a mix of it. With this combat, it was fairly simple because you had most of them on one side and some behind you. And for the more complex combats, yeah, we'll definitely have a grid. But for me today, I really did not have a lot of time to prepare this particular thing because of how everything ended up for us. And I had a few side things that I had to deal with today in particular that prevented me from having the extra 30 minutes that I was going to have to place a grid. But I mean, for like the random encounters that I'm not planning particularly but will happen, sometimes we might not have a grid. And so I need you guys to be just give it a chance and to make sure that you're paying attention to the overall layout. And we might not use a grid, but we can place characters in relation to where they are with each other. That's totally fine. It might not be exact, but we can even put down numbers. If you have trouble remembering distances, we can just type out a number. That's fine. But I'm not going to make a grid for battle every time because it slows down. And just having the theater of mind really can speed up combat if you guys... if you have to, take notes down for yourself to keep track. I will do my best to make sure that every single one is distinguished a little different from another. I'll use colors on the characters. I forgot to do that today, but I will do that normally. Like I said, today we had to rush a few things because of how my day ended up. So
yeah, which is understandable. Another thing about, because a variety is good. Some theater of the mind, some with like zones, like you were saying, some with a grid. Variety is good. But I feel like if we aren't using a grid, then we shouldn't be counting squares.
We weren't counting squares, but I am still going to keep track of distances. That's just
that's just part of the thing with theater of the mind, is that what helps it run faster is when some of the other numbers are not so important. That makes sense.
I mean, it would have been one thing if I hadn't told you how far that guy was from you the whole fight, but I was very clear that he was quite far away. And I told you every time he moved how much further he was away. So
right, I knew how far away he was. I just thought it was silly that we were counting, the increments of 5 feet when we're not using a grid, and then sticking to it so closely. Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, the rules for the spell say it goes a certain distance. I don't think that has anything to do with a grid. Anyways, this is something that you can talk to me later about.
Theater of the mind is that distances are supposed to, matter less.
I would disagree. I think that distances should still matter. It's theater of the mind. It doesn't mean that everything is moving around like
Well, I just felt like we were counting
intangibly.
squares, even though we didn't want them on the battlefield. It's like we're still counting them, so why don't we just have them? Like, I'm fine doing that, but then let's have the grid, you know?
Like I'm saying though, this is more of a philosophy difference than an actual mechanical thing, Michael. So I will take your considerations and I will make some compromises, but it's not going to be every single time. And I will try my hardest to keep you guys aware of distances overall, you know. But like with the instance today with the magic missile, it was out of your range. And even in a theater of mind, you're still going to be outranged by some things. So.
Right. I'm just like I honestly thought it was silly, but like, I mean, I don't know, I feel
But
like
did I change rules?
There were things that I could have done that would have let me be 10 feet closer. You understand?
I don't understand what you could have done.
Like, there were turns that I wasn't moving that I could have been moving to get closer to what was going on.
Yeah, but you chose to stay and fight the other guy when the one near Garrett started running. You could have started heading over sooner. How you choose your turns is up to you. So the way that it laid out today, you didn't decide to go and chase after earlier. You decided to stay back and hit the other guy. So I don't see why it's a big deal. And I don't see why we're wasting time talking about it right now when we could be doing other things.
Well, I think it's something that ended up in the moment costing more time because we were being finicky over a rules thing when we were purposely trying not to be finicky over rules things, if that makes sense.
It cost time because you made it cost time. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. Well, till next time.
Have a good night.
Good night, guys.